Hi folks, it's Lance from JR Jeep. This is New Year's Eve. Yeah, it's gone here and we're looking forward to the next year. And my video today is short recaps of what I've done over the year. And as I reflect on this past year, I just want to say how grateful I am that everybody who's followed the channel and tuned into the content I create for our Jeep loving community. Whether you're here just for upgrades, trail adventures, overlanding, or off-roading, your support does mean the world to me. I started this channel not long after picking up my 2015 Jeep Wrangler, dangerous type, and it's been incredible to watch how our little corner of the internet has grown. This year we doubled our subscribers and crossed my first big milestone of 500 strong. I'll admit, my early videos were a learning process, but I am committed to making content that's truly worth your time. The video I'm sharing today is a highlight reel from most of my 2025 adventures, with chapters and links to the full videos if you want to catch up and relive the fun. This is my wish to you for 2026, wishing you strength and good health as you chase your dreams. May love multiply within your home, creating peace and understanding. Here's to a year filled with joy and cherished memories. And with that, folks, I'll see you in 2026, or on the trail in 2026. Bye now. Comes baggage, pretty condensed. So I'm going to open this up and show you what I got. You can see these are the Husky floor mats. They're a little bit beat up right now. Facet of snow and ice, and you can see I got to clean this up a little bit. They have held up pretty decent in relation to protecting it as far as not getting salt and that in there, so I'm appreciative of that. So I can't really bash them there, but it's time to try something new. So let me get these out and we'll clean it up a little bit, and I'll show you my install of the LasFits. Okay folks, I got it cleaned up a little bit. So I used a Harbor Freight vacuum, which I picked up last year. It works rather well. I enjoy it for this. And clean. So now what we're going to do is I have the LasFit box up front here. I'll show that to you. So that's it. Here are the box. It's ready to put in. I like the tread pattern. I think that's pretty cool. They actually had the buttons here. They'll adhere to the Jeep. Now, the only thing is you notice, now why it may not be as deep, this lines up right against there, as does this. Now this doesn't have a high ridge. Kickstarter that would be my only thing. Project, which I endorsed back last year, that came to fruition. I actually got the pans in the mail earlier this week, so I want to share with you what those look like and my first thoughts of them. And I also want to share a little bit about what I think about Kickstarter projects so far based on my experience. So with that said, maybe grab a cup of coffee like I did and let's get started. Basically how to get the pan seasoned and such. So that's there. And then cooking tips and storage help. With windshield wipers on and off. And I, like many others of you, have probably run into some ads on various social wiper system. And researching it a little bit more, I understand them to be something that you can just put the aerodynamic jam on these, you can see, that is basically designed for that very purpose. Put the cap back down. Sorry about that. But that is pretty handy, so you don't lose wasted space here. Great place to store extra stuff, maybe recovery gear, things like that that you don't use often. And there, insignia, wheels and fields. Again, but today we are going to install new rocker rails from Metalcloak. What I'm replacing is the ones that are currently on there, which were not technically designed for rock crawling. They're more steps. These are aluminum, so they would not hold up if I was to hit a rock or whatever. So we're going to take those off. And what we're installing, put a jack stand under to brace it up while I could relocate the jack to get this as flush as possible. Well, we made it to the fire tower, which is behind me. Let's take a walk over there and see what. Take a quick stop at the Diftless Area Visitor Center in Iowa. What's in the name? Sometimes I think back to how I named a year ago was the cargo dog system and installed and dangerous type, which is a rear seat delete, and there's a whole video on that. They are locking here, so there's keys provided so you can lock the storage up.
Hi folks, welcome to JR Jeep again. I'm at the Jeep at Jamboree event Northwoods, which is the 29th edition of this event. Traversing the obstacles and mud holes best. Always gauge it by your own experience and maybe by some input from others, but just something to keep in context. Are they all through yet, Tom?
I think so.
One more here. That's where we're going to... No problem. You're not going to have hard passenger.
Okay, thank you.
Up on the next. Did you? We don't make that corner? No, I'm way back out here.
Definitely be a hard river to canoe or even take a kayak down.
You and I should be the ones to learn all I want to say.
Currently wandering through the Shumwagawan National Forest area.
All I want to say ain't no good to look the other way.
And one of the things I want to do is replace my current hook on the Jeep, which is by Harborfit. Pretty hefty duty. What is really cool about this device is it allows you to rig multiple ways, including... Thank you for stopping by today, folks. This is a short recap of the Jeep Jam for United Way fundraiser up in Door County, Wisconsin. My stay was at the Holiday Hotel up in Sturgeon Bay. I got settled in, went out at night to take some pictures of the bridges, and walked across the bridge for Sonny's Pizza for a nice spot. This was the meetup the next day near the firehouse in Sturgeon Bay. Lots of Jeeps in attendance, excellent turnout. I heard 172 people were here. There were all prizes given to some of the best decorated Jeeps for Jam for Halloween, which you'll see in a moment. The purple one is pretty cool. Just taking you through and showing you all the rigs. More people arriving all the time. Pretty cool. Now on to our next location, which is Bailey's Harbor. If you've never been here, I really encourage you to stop, take it in. Beers, ciders, they have entertainment, really cool place. We're crossing over the peninsula of the road that goes across Kangaroo Lake. This is going to take us by another local establishment, but we're going towards the Thirsty Cow Tap House. Very cool location. Hey folks, welcome to Milwaukee Jeep Rebels meetup at the Mars Cheese Castle Jeep Invasion. Pulling into Mars Cheese Castle. It's a great ride down, at least sunny, a little cool, but being around others who share our passion always makes the day warmer. As we're pulling into the lot, we form up and sort of getting ready to pass a review to our other Jeep brethren that are already there. Well, you can see the big sign telling us exactly where we are as we pull into the lot. A good turnout, always awesome to see. Some awesome rigs here, great people, always willing to support others. If a little bit like me, you're a bit of a foodie, but also a retired chef, there is a myriad of things you will find here. From fine cheeses, to sausages, to meats, to exotic meats, to coffees, to regional beverages of your choice. And there is also a bar and a restaurant there so you can get food. Changing up my tail lights on the Jeep again on dangerous type.
I'll explain to you the reason why I'm doing that. So the lights I picked up are by Combat Offroad. These are called the Tailgunner Armored Tail Light Kit. Okay, so blinker's really nice and bright. That's something that's important to me. I've done some major light upgrades lately, headlights and the tail lights.
This is Lance from JR Jeep. How you doing? I hope, like me, you're enjoying. I'm going to show you in a little bit the brake kit I bought. But this is one of them. I'll take these out so you can see it a little bit more up close. These are the Power Stop Extreme Severe Duty Truck and Tow Brake. Hello everybody. Welcome to JR Jeep. This is Lance speaking. Today we're not hearing popping anymore. There's just a couple. Seems to have stopped. And then I got the water here to rinse this out. This is what I was saying. Bon appetit. Very hot. Little spillage. Not bad. And that's I like to say in the Looney Tunes. That's all, folks. Signing out for 2025.